What's up? Alright. So, we are reviewing some of the deadliest animals in Australia. There's a reason I moved to Alaska. I like the cold, I like the mountains, I like the snow and the northern lights. Australia just ticks none of those boxes, and it's full of everything that just wants to kill you. So yeah, let's review 14 of the top reasons why I will never visit that country. Let's jump right into it.
Some people Australia is a country full of lots of bitey animals that want to end your life. Although there are some dangerous creatures in Australia, the risk of them biting or killing
See,
you
alligators.
is
Just
relatively
off the bat,
low.
alligators. Hell no.
There are other countries that are far more dangerous when it comes to
Tigers.
wildlife. Of course,
They have tigers in Australia?
reckless
Didn't know
when
that.
visiting Australia. In this video I will be going through just a few creatures on the continent, as we'll be going through the deadliest animals in Australia. The first group of animals we will be looking at are the land animals. And when you first take a
Wallaby.
look at
That's
the
what
Australian
I would like a wallaby as a pet. I just feel like, once it grows up, how are you disciplining a wallaby if it takes a dump in the house? Can you even house train a wallaby? Like, if it takes a dump in the house, all it's got to do is just stand up on its tail and drop kick you into the next year. How are you disciplining a wallaby? It'd be cool to have as a pet, though.
seems to be missing something. Most other continents have large land carnivores, whereas Australia seems to be lacking them. This land
Oh, it doesn't have
was home
tigers.
to a large marsupial lion, but this creature went extinct around 30,000 years ago. Today, one of Australia's largest land carnivores is the dingo, but this wild dog wasn't always
Now, see, dingoes, right? Dingoes and what's the one indigenous to Africa? It's on the tip of my tongue. Ah, dang. I'm gonna remember it as I'm trying to fall asleep tonight. I feel like in a fight I could win against a pack of dingoes. They're tiny. Just one jumps up to bite you, you just grab it and throw it. I don't know. I don't feel like they're that dangerous, but maybe I'm wrong.
Australian. The earliest known dingo fossil was found in Western Australia.
That can't be more than 50 pounds. It can't be more than 50 pounds. Just it jumps. That's all you got to do.
It's believed that they were brought over by a human population. Since then, they really have made Australia their home, but they're not exactly very dangerous to humans. In most cases, dingoes only go after children, and the most recent attacks were non-fatal and happened in 2021.
Okay.
To this day,
So they're really not that deadly.
Fatal dingo attacks, and for the most part, we're not on the menu, and they don't view us as food. In Australia, far more people are killed by domesticated dogs than they are by dingoes. And really,
I didn't know
they're
that.
not as dangerous as you might think. There are some other relatively large
Yeah, they're so
land
frickin'
carnivores in
tiny.
Australia, and these come in the form of monitor lizards.
Oh, dude, Komodo dragons and monitor lizards scare me because don't they have some type of bacteria in their saliva that it's skin or flesh eating, and you you melt. He bites you in the arm and your arm just slowly melts off. I heard that somewhere, I can't remember where.
The largest Australian lizard is the parenti, but really this creature is very unlikely to attack a human. These lizards live in the more arid areas of Australia, and they very rarely encounter humans. Even if you did come across this reptile in the wild, it would probably flee, as it's really focused on much smaller prey, such as lizards and birds. Strangely, one of the most dangerous creatures that you can run into on land in Australia is not a predator.
Wallaby.
And it is in fact
No?
the southern cassowary.
Oh, I've heard of these. Cassowaries are freaking dangerous, right? You wouldn't think because it's jumbo turkey. No, dude. Cassowaries are dangerous. Right? It's very dinosaur-esque looking, too. I mean, look at this freaking... Look at the crest. It's made of bone. But, these things are dangerous because you can't see its feet, right? The feet are what'll kill you. Is it can just, it slashes and, it disembowels people. It's insane.
This bird is one of 3
Yeah, look at those
species of
freaking
Cassowaries.
feet, dude.
It's the
Look at the
heaviest
claws.
bird in Australia, despite being shorter than an emu. These giant birds mostly feed on fruits on the forest floor, and for the most part they are quite peaceful creatures.
This is a living dinosaur, dude.
When
That's
people start feeding
insane.
these birds, as these birds can become very protective of their young, and they don't need a lot of encouragement to attack. One of the things that makes them catch
Ah, see?
are its 2 spear-like inner claws. When attacking, it will thrust these towards people, and they can
So I
easily become
guess...
embedded in your abdomen. Even though
Jesus.
these birds are potentially dangerous, attacks are still relatively rare, and there have only been
I guess, like, this is the Australian equivalent to, like, bears in Alaska. Because, you got a bear with cubs in Alaska. You run into it. It's going to be a bad day for you or the bear. One, probably both.
a few fatalities over the years. One of the most recent fatal attacks didn't even happen in Australia, as a Florida man was killed by his pet cassowary in 2019. So even though this bird
You can keep
doesn't
those things
show
as
any life,
pets?
it's best to leave it
Jesus.
alone, and this is especially the case if they have young. Even though Australia is lacking some large land carnivores, definitely isn't lacking smaller venomous creatures. Australia is
See, these are the ones that scare me, right? The small, venomous, little slithery, creepy, crawly things. Like, no, 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 no. I used to live in Texas. I lived in Texas for like 20 years. I've told this story on stream before, right? We had, there's these little bugs called water bugs, right? They're roaches on steroids, essentially. Everyone's seen the little tiny roaches. No, 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 no. These things are like this big, like that freaking big, man. They got little pincers and shit, and it's you ever had one just crawl across your legs as you're falling asleep in bed at night? Dude, I swear, I've never jumped out of bed so fast in my life. And they're venomous in Australia.
A species that is often known as the most deadly is the inland taipan, but really it's very unlikely that you will come across this snake. More than 85% of Australians live within 50 kilometers of the coast, and that's because the majority
That
of
makes
Australia
sense.
is
It's a desert.
inhospitable. Most of Australia is made up of dry deserts, and it's very hard to make a living here. In these areas is where you'll find the
How close to Antarctica is Australia, right? I feel like I would not pass a geography test. I feel like it can't be that close to the equator, but I mean, if most of it's desert, it's gotta be, right? Huh.
inland taipan, and really this snake wants nothing to do with you. They feed almost exclusively on small mammals. They'd only bite a human in self-defense. This snake is called the deadliest snake in Australia because of its venom.
It's a pretty looking snake. It looks pretty.
Fully grown humans.
Jesus.
Snakes like these are very frightening, but there are quite a few other species that kill more people in Australia than the inland taipan. Since the year 2000, there are 4 main culprits when it comes to snake-bite fatalities, and these are the
okay. I was about to say, it looks like it's dead. But, like, why are you... The people that just hold live venomous snakes, like the tails here, the heads here, it's all frickin' muscle. It's all muscle. All it has to do is bend and bite. Like, that scares the crap out of me, man.
The western brown snake with 3 fatalities, the tiger snake with 6 fatalities, and the eastern brown snake with 12 fatalities.
Jesus.
These 4 species are not the most venomous.
And they swim. They freaking swim.
To come into contact with humans, and they're more
Why?
likely to bite. Luckily, if you are bitten by any of these snakes in Australia,
hopefully this isn't TOS for YouTube.
You will be fine. As there are so many venomous creatures in Australia, most hospitals have a large amount of.
I wonder how much. Like, I wonder how much money you make as just the person that extracts venom to make anti-venom. Like, you just taking snakes and just getting them to envenomate a container all day, every day. Like, that's gotta pay well. That's gotta pay well. Oh, man. It's like hazard pay, time and a half.
And this, of course, will reverse the effects of the venom. Australia is also very well known for its large spiders.
Ah, black widows,
These come
dude.
in the form of tarantulas, trapdoor spiders, and mouse spiders.
Mm-mm.
All of these arachnids are potentially dangerous, but possibly the
Mm-mm.
most deadly species is the Sydney funnelweb. This species
Oh,
has
I've
a
seen
very
this.
venom that's produced in large amounts.
I've
It has
seen
very
this
large
one.
fangs to inject this venom, and a bite would definitely ruin your day. As this species is the deadliest spider.
What's it? Isn't it the tarantula that like it's venomous, but its fangs are so small, like they can't penetrate human skin. Like it could kill you with its venom, but it just can't break your skin to get the venom into your bloodstream.
In Australia, you may assume that it kills quite a few people each.
By the way, anyone that owns a tarantula, yeah, why do you want that? Why do you want a spider that's as big as your hand?
Yeah, this couldn't be any further from the truth, as there hasn't been a fatality from a Sydney funnelweb bite since 1981.
Oh,
This
wow.
was when its
Okay.
antivenom was first made available, so even though many of the large spiders in Australia are frightening, it is very unlikely that they will kill you. But now
Nah.
we've looked at some of the most dangerous land creatures in Australia, it's time
Sea
that we look
creatures.
towards the ocean. The waters around Australia are teeming with life, and there are quite a few marine species that can only be found around
Is the
Australia.
Great Barrier
Just
Reef
off the coast
off of Australia?
you'll
I feel
find
like
some
it
of
is.
the largest reefs in the world. And these
Mm.
reefs are very fragile and diverse ecosystems. Before we go any further, I'd just like to point out that shark attacks are very rare. There are only around 5 to 15 fatal attacks each year, but quite often a large percentage of these attacks happen off the coast of Australia. Shark attacks
I don't know, man. I don't necessarily have like thalassophobia. I feel like you're taking your chances. I mean, yeah, there's greater odds in certain areas of the ocean, but I just feel like you're taking your chances with whatever, creatures are out there, sharks included, just anywhere when you go into the ocean. Like, I'd still go into the ocean. The odds are so low. I don't know. As long as there's no man-made structures. I don't have thalassophobia. I do have what's it called? Submechanophobia or whatever. It's like the irrational fear of man-made structures underwater. I learned that the hard way. Dove off of a pier into a lake back when I lived in Texas, and opened my eyes underwater and saw like the pillars of the pier. Freaked the hell out and almost drowned. That was fun.
are mostly carried out by three main species, these being the bull shark, the great white shark, and the tiger shark. In Australia, the majority of attacks are carried out by great whites, and since the year 2000, bull sharks were responsible for one fatal attack, tiger sharks were responsible for one fatal attack, and great whites were responsible for 18. The most recent
See, okay, that's 20 total, right? So, 20 total attacks. You think about how many people in like a year, right? How many people are surfing and swimming and doing all of that off the coast of Australia? Hundreds of thousands, millions. 20 out of a million. Yeah. I'd go in the ocean. I'd surf.
fatal shark attack in Australia happened earlier this year, but the culprit was thought to be a bull shark as it happened in a river. As I've already said, shark attacks are still relatively rare, but as it is one of the most frightening ways to go, it's understandable why so many people are scared of sharks. Not all deadly ocean creatures have to be large predators, as the waters of Australia are also home to some smaller killers. If you go snorkeling in the waters around Australia, you might be able to find some blue-ringed octopus
Oh,
species.
dude, I've heard about these. Oh god, they're like super tiny. They're like like a centimeter or something, like super incredibly tiny, and they blend in so well with like the sediment on the floor. Even if the water is crystal clear, sometimes you just really can't tell. And they have these little what's it called? Not fangs, but like spikes that like once you step on it, comes out of the skin, penetrates your foot, and injects venom, and it's like some insanely lethal venom, like can kill 1,000 people type shit. It's insane.
Part these creatures are harmless if you leave them alone.
There's like no
Accidentally
antidote.
step on them or you pester them. It could be the last thing you do. Blue-ringed octopuses can produce tetrodotoxin, which is the same toxin
pufferfish.
that's found in some pufferfish species. This
Shout out to Law-Abiding Citizen. If anyone remembers that movie, it was a Gerard Butler. You know, the character he's playing uses tetrodotoxin to like paralyze the guy that killed his family and like get revenge on him, and is one of my favorite movies to this day.
toxin is extremely dangerous, and if a blue-ringed octopus bites you, it can certainly end your life. Fatalities from blue-ringed octopus bites are extremely rare, but there's thought to have been at least 11 over the years. Another group of marine creatures that you might want to look out for are the jellyfish, and more specifically the box jellyfish. These
Jellyfish creep me out, man.
Paralysis and cardiac arrest with their stings, and in some cases this can
They creep me out.
Since the year 2000,
No brain,
at least 10
no central nervous system.
that you look out for signs. So far,
And cut
these
your legs
researchers
off?
have proved
What?
that the waters around Australia are relatively dangerous, but there is still one ecosystem that we haven't taken a look at. Australia's freshwaters can be very rich and diverse, and they're home to some creatures that can't be found anywhere else in the world. These waters are often full of predators, and some of them are even home to one of the largest predators on this planet. There are two species of crocodile that can be found in
Crocodile.
Australia. One is the mostly harmless freshwater
Yeah.
crocodile, and the other is the highly dangerous saltwater.
Mostly harmless, my ass. Mostly harmless, my ass. Go in the water and pet one of those things. Go in and pet one. Mostly harmless.
Crocodile. The Australian freshwater crocodile is mostly interested in fish.
Looks
You
like
can
it's
tell
about
this
to throw
by its
up.
long, narrow snout. This crocodile only really attacks in self-defense, or sometimes in cases of mistaken identity.
Good.
Saltwater
Good.
crocodiles
So do
are
great
one of
whites.
the most dangerous reptiles in the world, and is one of the few predators that sees humans directly as a food source. Although they are called saltwater crocodiles, they are mostly found in brackish waters, and if one of these predators chooses to attack you in the water, you stand little chance. These crocodili-
Dude, see, I mean, to a degree here in Alaska, right? You got moose, you got bears of all different varieties, grizzly, brown, black bears, polar bears. Technically, you're not like top of the food chain if you go out in the Alaska backcountry, but it's like, you know, whenever I'm hiking in the Alaskan backcountry, I have a chest holstered Glock 29 10mm loaded with bear shot. Like, come at me, bro, type thing. I'm still the top of the food chain if I got that, you know? What are you doing in an Australian river? Like, you can't bring a gun in there. Even if you did, like, don't like 9mm bullets just bounce off fucking crocodiles. Like, it's insane. You're no longer top of the food chain. I just don't feel comfortable anywhere that I'm no longer top of the food chain. Because that means I'm prey, not predator.
And giants can exceed lengths of 6 meters. Even though these
20-foot
are
crocodile.
terrifying and they are more than capable of taking down a human. Fatal attacks on humans are still relatively rare. On average, in Australia, saltwater crocodiles kill around 1.9 people a year, and this really is a shockingly low number. I guess if you knew this
What happened to the other 0.1%?
predator could potentially be in a river, you're very unlikely to swim in it. And really, I wouldn't blame you.
Where
If
is
you think there's any
the
deadly
bodiless
Australian
head?
creature that I haven't included in this video, then let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please leave a like.
Alright, guys. I would like to react to another video. Unfortunately, it is 9:19 p.m. here where I'm at. If you are watching on YouTube and you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button. And if you want to stay up to date on my future YouTube uploads, hit that bell notification icon. I stream on Twitch most weeknights, usually around 12 a.m. Alaska Standard Time. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, usually around 8-9 p.m. Alaska Standard Time. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Peace.